USS Tarazed, AF-13, was a United Fruit Company cargo and passenger liner that served as a United States Navy Mizar-class stores ship in World War II. In peacetime, before and after the war, she carried fruit and passengers. In war, she supplied troops and ships in the field. In 1958, she was sold to a German shipping line, and in 1971 she was scrapped after 39 years service, building and pre-war service. The Newport News Shipbuilding and Dry Dock Company of Newport News, Virginia built the ship as SS Cherokee for United Fruit Company in 1932. She was one of 6 UFC sister ships driven by turbo-electric transmission. Cherokee's peacetime service was in carrying fruit, passengers and mail on regular liner services between Central America and the USA. U.S. Navy service. The U.S. Navy airboat chartered her through the Maritime Commission on 4 June 1941. Brewers Dry Dock Co. of Staten Island, New York converted her for Navy use, and she was commissioned on 14 June 1941. Commanded by CMDR J.M. Connolly. Neutrality period operations. Tarazed loaded supplies sailed to North Carolina to supply ships of the Neutrality Patrol. After returning to New York, she left late in August for a voyage to Iceland to resupply U.S. and Royal Navy ships. World War II North Atlantic operations. When the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor brought the United States into World War II, Tarazed was at Halifax, Nova Scotia, preparing to join another convoy to Iceland. Upon completion of the voyage, she went to Baltimore, Maryland, for an extensive overhaul before making resupply runs to Newfoundland, Iceland and Bermuda. In July 1942, Tarazed reached Boston, Massachusetts, from Nova Scotia and loaded a cargo for Puerto Rico, Trinidad and Panama. On 21 September she returned to Baltimore with a cargo of sugar. She continued supply runs from Baltimore and Norfolk, Virginia, to the Caribbean until mid-1943, supporting the invasion of North Africa. On 8 June 1943, Tarazed joined Task Force 65 at Norfolk, headed for North Africa, and arrived at Mers el-Kabir, Algeria, on the 22nd of June. She partially unloaded there and, on the 30th, took the rest of her cargo to Oran. On the 4th of July, Tarazed left for the U.S. in convoy Gus 9. She reached Norfolk, VA on the 23rd of July, was replenished, and left for Bermuda. After supplying Bermuda and Cuba, she returned to the U.S., reaching Bayonne, New Jersey, on the 13th of August. 8 days later, Tarazed left for North Africa, reaching Mers el-Kabir on the 2nd of September. After calling at Bizerte and Algiers, she returned to the U.S. in convoy Gus 15 and arrived at Norfolk on the 4th of October. Late that month, she joined convoy UGS 22 to take materiel to Oran, Bizerte and Palermo. Then, with the exception of a voyage to the Mediterranean in April, she took provisions to the Caribbean in the first 5 months of 1944, supporting the invasion of southern France. In June, Tarazed delivered provisions to ships in the ports of Plymouth, Swansea and Portland Harbour in Britain and at Belfast in Northern Ireland. She steamed from Norfolk on the 24th of August and arrived at Oran on the 4th of September to supply ships, supporting the invasion of southern France. She continued logistics runs to the Mediterranean into April 1945 and turned to supplying bases and ports in the Caribbean until 14 December 1945, when she was ordered to report to the 8th Naval District for disposal. Military honors and awards. Tarazed received 1 Battle Star for World War II. Post-war decommissioning. Tarazed was decommissioned on 4 January 1946. Was returned to United Fruit through the War Shipping Administration at New Orleans, Louisiana. the same day and was struck from the Navy list on 21 January 1946. Post-war service. United Fruit restored the ship's pre-war name Cherokee to her. In 1958, United Fruit sold her to Union Partner Neutrality of Bremen, Germany, which also acquired her United Fruit sister ship Jamaica. Union Partner changed Cherokee's name to D.S. Blexin. This article incorporates text from the public domain Dictionary of American Naval Fighting Ships. The entry can be found here. Photo gallery of USS Tarazed at Navsource Naval History.